Yeah, I think we're going to be getting started pretty soon here.
Yep, the race already started.
And they're off. Oh, quick map check. Kind of missed what was there already, but maybe we'll get another one from one of the other runners.
Yeah, there was a pendant on Eastern.
Pendant Eastern. That's always fun.
I believe the other two were crystals. Looks like everyone chose to...
Yeah, everybody taking kind of the conventional route for open, where you start in the house and you go straight to where the uncle is.
Oh, and early Montpearl.
Wow, right away. And bombs. They like to see that.
You need trained CAG, so... from chest.
Yeah, it's nice to get that right away. Everybody heading straight to the sanctuary.
And nothing really special here, everyone following the same route.
Nothing crazy. Sometimes you see people go south right away, but yeah, these runners kind of just stick into the standard conventional route for this, which usually works out pretty well, especially once you've got those bombs already like that.
Yeah, the crab is dropping, so that's not really great. And it looks like we have a bomb upgrade in Lumberjack.
Yeah, so Aghanim not immediately required.
And those already checking the Lost Woods. He skipped.
Yeah, I think he skipped the Lumberjack check, and that's why he's got this little bump in. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, well, if you don't have boots anyway, it's not super necessary, although that information can come valuable later in the race. But in this case, it's going to work out for mentosman really well. Nothing there.
Not much is unlocked already.
No, nothing but that Moon Pearl.
Okay, let's hit blind shot. That's money.
Just a bunch of junk.
Not even enough to buy from the bottle vendor. I kinda wish there were no before Moldum Cave, because it's always fun to see that cave being done with bombs.
Yeah, it can be pretty trolly. It usually works out where the bombs can get them pretty consistently, but every once in a while they'll just make a move.
Oh, and they just found gloves and a sword in the well.
Yep, there it is.
I once played a seed with you had to go in I got tower for an item in a Key Sanity mode race.
Oh yeah, that happens pretty often in Key Sanity. Luckily for these runners in open, Aga Tower only has keys in the chests that are required for Aga Towers, so unless Aga Tower is completely required, we won't see them going there at all.
Oh, and Mentos is opting to buy more bombs.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, you don't... Oh, they have a sword, but, you know, having bombs is just a valuable resource, especially early game, so... But he is draining all of his rupees on that. He's at 0. Well, he's at 80, but
Yep, and nothing much in CAC either.
yeah, sword upgrade's nice. That'll make the Mulderm Cave a lot easier for the runners. But
Well, if they found Hammer next, they would have access to Dark World
yeah,
or another myth
or
upgrade.
even another when they're lift upgrade, they could get to Dark World very soon.
The library is just a blue rupee. Okay, let's see where it goes next. He has access to the back of Escape.
Yeah, that's typically where you go here first with the glove. It's just a nice quick check. Just need a bomb to make it work.
I usually go to Mulderm Cave next anyway because they're from the start.
Yeah, and in this case, that wouldn't be, that's quite a viable option because you've got the sword, so the Mulderm Cave's not too difficult. But looks like most of them are going to the escape.
Oh, and Master Sword.
Got Saber Jade and Cowboy going for the piece of heart in the racing game. Just a little extra safety for the rest of the run. It's not a bad idea.
It looks like Mentos wants to finish Escape.
Yeah, looks Wayward's is going to go south. So we've got our first major divergence here. See how this goes.
Wayward could also farm rupees in the cave towards Desert Palace if he wants to full check fake flippers.
Yeah, one of the trickiest things to do in open is just to kind of route that Zora in. Once you have a glove, it's in sequence, so it could have an item. But 500 rupees is quite a bit, so we'll see runners opt for that grind of rupees there pretty often.
Oh, and do you have the same problem with the frozen?
Yeah, I just came back, so
It looks like the flute was outside the dam.
Oh, okay. Good to know. So, an early flute. That makes movement a lot easier.
And lots of cash in Escape.
Ooh, we've got a hammer, mini Moldorm, and
Mitts.
Titan's Mitts. Wow, okay, so we've got like double access to open Dark World. Chances of seeing an Aghanim.
Barely enough money to check Zora right now.
Hey. Yeah, that's pretty much a rip Aghanim right there. Where it's going to offer the Ice Rod Cave here. It's a little out of the way, but it's kind of hard to route it in any other place. I mean, with the flute, it is a little bit easier, but sometimes it's good to just get it out of the way and could have something important.
And that 20 drops might put him towards Zora and Fake Flipper. He has enough cash now.
Yeah. So looks like Wayward's is going to use the Fake Flipper. Although it's a sequence break to get into the water like that, it's actually not a sequence break to get to Zora. So this is a good move, And it's just kind of a faster way to get there.
You have Mirror Pearl, you have the cash, it's not wasted.
No, might as well do it.
Do the Fake Flipper from Hobo, you can check that as well.
Yeah, you could get to Hobo here, see if Witty Words opts for that.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
looks
we
like
have
it.
our hype cave check.
Yeah, really early Dark World. Sub 10-minute Dark World. You don't see that too often.
Lots of love. Yep,
Yeah.
that was a love cave.
As usual for version 27, nothing in Hype Cave except pieces of art.
And we have a medallion over to a bow. A Quake. I don't think Sailor checked the map yet.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Say we're gonna go for this south. As many of these South Dark World chests as they can check. Might as well.
Yep, and it looks like Way the Words is going to check. You have to make sure not to get hit by that Zora.
So, oh yeah, that'd be an instant death. But this is kind of our first real sequence break here. We'll see if it's anything. There's a magic cape and an upgrade. So nothing too pivotal. Imagine magic cape, kind of a fetch quest item, but usually not required.
Cool thing about
has.
current randomizer is that you get a death if you get hit. If you get hit, the game just crash.
Yeah, you get a soft lock. You get a floating link head flying out of the corner of your screen. It's really creepy. And yeah, you're forced to save and quit. So it's nice. Nice design that we just kind of got rid of that and made it an insta death. And it's a lot cleaner.
It looks like Zora had just love for you.
Yeah, just a piece of love. Not even a full heart.
Oh, and that's interesting. SDiezal opting to get the frog right now.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. It's kind of one of those things where, like, if you can route it in and it pays off, it can get you a big advantage in the race. Because without mirror, it's kind of slow. But, you know, the way Saber Jade is doing it is really good, where you route in all these other chests too, and you make it worth your time. There's our first bottle. So.
Yep. And Mentos is already in. And we have a Dark World check. 6 at Skullwood, green at Thievestown, and blue at
Thievestown Pendant. My favorite.
Ooh, and Mentos just took a death.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Mentos was there, but
it was just outside Skullwoods.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, you have to be careful when you have green tonic.
Yeah, those Dark World enemies are no joke. Ooh.
That's interesting. Weighty Words choosing to go over to that mountain.
Yeah, kind of an interesting choice. Is this going for the sequence break with the hobo here? Or I mean, the old man. See if that pays off. But yeah, without a mirror or hookshot, they don't have too much access here. Only about 2, and then information for 1 chest. So.
And Jade just got denied entrance to Thievestown. Cannot do that with a companion.
Yeah. There are some caves you can go with the frog/dwarf, but dungeons are completely off limits.
It looks like we have more cash over Spectacle Rock.
Yeah, and just a piece of heart in the cave there. It's nothing too much in Death Mountain accessible at the moment.
We have hammer, but we would need mirror or hookshot to go across. And Weighty Words is opting to go check South Strada.
And Mentos Man, the first runner going into Thieves Town here.
First chest is big key.
Yeah,
With
one of those
hammer,
first-
you can already full clear Thieves Town, so it's a good choice.
Yeah, no reason to not go.
And it's also a green pendant.
Oh yeah, it's a pendant. That is a reason to not go. But you know, it's right there. It's pretty quick, especially these first 4 chests at least. Sometimes runners will opt to just leave after those. We'll see if Mentos Man decides to finish the whole dungeon. With the green pendant, you know, it might be prudent to finish the whole thing. We'll see.
So sadly, there was nothing over at South Strada's house. Weighty Words opting to go inside his turn.
Seems to be 3 chests in Eastern here. Eastern also a pendant though, so potentially not required.
Was Quake over at Hobo. Oh, and we might have Misery Mire. It's Bumbos. Required to enter Mire.
Good to know.
Nothing new here. Just that map in Eastern room. Oh, and Jade is also opting to do.
Oh, a lantern. Okay, so that's definitely something. That's our first fire source.
And that lights up dark rooms.
Yeah, which is always nice.
Does that? Not really. And those mentals have. If mentals and Space
Oh,
Cowboy both have the mitts. Ooh.
yeah, unfortunate death there. I'm not sure if Mentos has gone down to South Light World yet to get the mitts. Yeah, they must have because they have the hammer. And it was in the same spot.
And mitts.
Yeah, they were together. So yeah, Mentos Man has the Titans mitts. Yeah, Mentos leaving. You know, although they took a death there, it might not be super consequential because Thieves Town isn't required, and they got a lantern out of it. And I believe that was 3 out of 4 items, so this might work out okay for them.
And looks like the stream is frozen again.
Yeah, so just have to wait this out and see where everybody's at. Comes back.
At least we know Space Cowboy is still checking Thieves Town.
Yep. Music cue there helping us out. I believe they just got their lantern.
Yeah, that was Space Cowboy.
Yeah, so Space Cowboy making it through that room, so I think Space Cowboy will discover what that fourth item was that Mentos missed. Yeah, our runners are just so fast that the stream can't even keep up.
We do know that Space Cowboy is good at dodging enemies.
So we'll know soon here if Space Cowboys has to go to that. Yeah, it sounds like they just opened the key door to hit that hammer peg. So they opened the big chest. So Thieves Town was a full queer. All right. So we can hear how this blind fight's gonna go. Good start. Oh, nice. Second phase went down quick. Yes, this is Space Cowboy fighting blind currently. Taking a couple of hits there, but getting the kill pretty quick. Good fight by Space Cowboy. And we don't know what blind had, but
Cash, apparently.
oh yeah, I guess you're right. Good catch. So yeah, it should just be a moment, everybody.
It looks like everyone's back on.
Yeah, looks like we've got weighty words at least moving, so we can kind of see what they're up to at this point. All right. It looks like Saber Jade's kind of going through the same tracks that Space Cowboy just did, so we'll see what we missed with that. We'll just have to keep an eye on menus to see if any new items have popped up.
I'm checking their tracker at the moment. Yeah, there's nothing new over on Space Cowboys. And Cellar Jail probably got his lantern.
Yeah, Sailor J just did. So we'll see what this last item in Thieves Town was.
So what are they missing right now that they can check? Pyramid, Pass of Darkness, and
yeah,
Fish?
Palace of Darkness. Yeah, I guess so. I guess those are the two. We've seen the hammer pegs. Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
There's also the that might have an item. I believe no one checked that. Oh, I just noticed that Cellar Waiting Words got half magic somewhere.
Cool. So
Was
that'll be
that
nice for
over
them.
at Agina's cave?
I am not sure where that was.
Pretty sure it's the only one that went there. That's quite a frog tour there.
Yeah, he's really getting the whole tour of the Dark World there.
Just cash.
Just a
Move
fat
along.
stack of rupees. Okay, it looks like Space Cowboy's gonna go to Catfish here, so I think this is the first time we've seen this checked. So this, based on what we've seen, there could be an item there.
You know that everything else is just junk.
Yeah, it's either there or Palace of Darkness, and Palace of Darkness has the potential to just be completely locked out without the bow.
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons you try to not go inside early.
Yeah, it's kind of a gamble to go there without it, because it's such a long trek to get there. You have to go through that whole like maze. And runners typically do not like to do that.
Oh, and
No.
it just missed the throw.
Just missed the catfish. Threw the line in the wrong spot.
Oh, and Sailor opting to buy a red potion.
Just junk at catfish. I think that leaves us with Palace of Darkness, which is, I wouldn't be surprised if all of our runners go there dead last.
Well, that might be Mental's next move. Oh, Half Magic was in Eastern.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, Mental's next move might be Palace of Darkness since he's almost there.
It's a pretty quick rundown. Just hit that hammer peg and warp over.
Well, you just flew to 5.
And I mean, we also, Palace of Darkness probably has the next progression item, but we can't count out the purple chest, which is, without mirror, quite a location that you don't see too often. Yes, unfortunately, I'm not sure whose audio we're following here.
Still Space Cowboys.
Okay, still on his.
Well, I can confirm that none of them are checking anything new.
Good. Yeah, it looks like from what we can see, it's just stuff we've seen before. Oh, wow.
And weighty words.
Oh, yeah, weighty words. Second guessing themselves like, wait, that is my first bottle. Bottle being a fetch quest. I don't know if anybody's checked the sick kid yet, actually. That
Just
could be
50 rupees. And it doesn't look like anyone is going in pod.
No, everybody's avoiding that place like the plague. That's what I would do too. It's it's rough going there without boat.
I kinda envy the one racer that decides to go pod early.
Imagine the way Space Cowboys routed that they'll go there pretty much right after Eastern. I'm not sure about that, but that's what I would guess. Unless they feel that purple chest is the answer. But hopefully not, for the sake of our runner's sanity.
I believe that's mental second trip in Town, yeah. Thinking maybe there was something later.
Yeah, this is a double dip for them trying to find that fourth item. Fortunately, it was only some rupees at blind, I believe. Yeah, so all of our runners kind of stuck in a rut until they either go to pod or purple chest, depending on where this next progression item is. So.
There was nothing in purple chest.
Oh, they checked it already? Okay.
Yep.
I didn't realize that. So yeah, it's pretty much just pod then, at this point.
Well, there's still the sewers.
Nobody's checked that yet? I guess not.
Weighty words still not going to Palace of Darkness. We know the progression is there.
Yeah, and unfortunately with that dwarf, they're not able to access it yet anyway, so they kind of have to take care of this business first.
And I believe Weighty words checked for cave because he had the magic cape and there was just a piece of heart over there.
Yep, it's basically just a game of who's going to pod first. I believe Space Cowboy will probably head there next. I'm not sure if they have much left to check at this point.
And did anyone cash in the green pendant?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure. Space Cowboy just passed through there, and they had the green pendant, but I didn't see if they'd actually turned it in.
It's always a small time waste when you use the flute somewhere and like. It would be crazy if all four of them decide, well, let's go pod at the same time.
I mean, it's looking like that's what's gonna happen. Like they're all kind of just covering each other's tracks and checking all those chests that we know of nothing. I really think it's gonna be a pretty large convergence here, at least with like 2 or 3 of the runners on Palace of Darkness pretty soon here.
Okay, so Sailor Jade opted to that warp out of Eastern. Maybe that might be it. Oh, and Mentos is going over to pod.
Yep. Sailor Jade has that green pendant, so we'll see here, I think, for sure, whether Sahasrahla has anything. And nothing, just junk. So yeah, Mentos Man, the first one to head over to pod. Let's.
And we know the progression is
somewhere in there, probably in the first couple chests, I would imagine.
So what do you think they'll find there?
I think it'll be the hook shot. That's my guess.
Might be mirror. The bow would be great.
My guess is we'll have a small key here, and then the first chest on the bridge will have our item.
There's one thing that is always scary when you enter pod and you know the progression is there, is that there might be a key lock.
Yeah, especially if that bow's here. But hopefully that won't happen. That's an extremely rare case. Alright, this is where I think it's going to be, right where Mentos Man is going to open right here. Nope, just another key. Yeah, and here comes Space Cowboy, just right in the tracks of Mentos Man. Yeah, we're going to see quite a convergence here, I think. Everybody's going to have to go to pod.
Oh, and it looks like we never did the front of escape. Oh, Kane of
Samaria. Wow.
That's gotta be Kane!
Now, I don't believe that's progression yet, because...
anything.
Yeah. Because Misery Mire wasn't his bombos. So, yeah, that doesn't help at all. Alright, so I think
believe they had 2 fake flippers to get Quake.
Yeah, so it's gotta be one of these 3 chests, unless one of these 3 chests has another key in the back of pod here. This is pretty... There's another small key.
Yeah. Looks like the key distribution is good here.
Another key, so that accesses the rest of the chests here.
Oh, and hook shot!
Hook shot. I had a feeling.
So that's... The key distribution was alright here. There was no way to miss that item. Oh, and the book!
Book too, yeah, this is blowing the seed wide open. Now we have all sorts of options.
Desert Palace, but...
Yeah, we got Desert Palace, Death Mountain, both options now.
Yeah, but the problem is that... which might be required.
Oh, and a rod. Was that fire rod?
That looked like fire.
Wow, this is crazy. This pod is loaded.
Oh, never mind, it's ice.
Ice rod. Okay, still a required item. So yeah, pod having all the value here. Yeah, mentosman going straight to Death Mountain makes sense. Although Desert Palace is accessible without boots, it's kind of risky. You might not be able to access the items you need there. But Death Mountain, this opens up a lot of chests.
Oh yeah,
All
Pod had King of Samaria, Hookshot, Book, and Ice Rod.
Yeah, that's crazy. And there's only five items there, so that's 4 of the 5 items. At least a little bit of value. Yeah, and this hookshot's huge because you open up Dark World and Light World, East Death Mountain, which is in the double digits chests.
You can also do Tower
potentially Turtle Rock. We don't know. Depending on what that medallion required there is.
Oh yeah, they're only missing Fire Rod.
Yep, they can maybe access the first couple chests in Turtle Rock. Yeah. Pod holding value quite a bit in version 27, I've noticed.
It's valid now.
Bunch of junk in that cave.
So do you go over to Tower of Hera right now, or do Spiral Cave and check Dark World?
I think you probably, I mean, in my opinion, you go to Tower of Hera here because you've got the book, you've got everything you need to complete Tower of Hera, so you're not looking for anything else to like access anything on that side of the mountain, so it kind of works out a little better that way, in my opinion. And then you can, right after going to Spiral Cave, you can transport to the Dark World and take care of that business. mentosman seems to agree with me, going straight to the Tower of Hera area.
Oh, and Space Cowboy opting to go check Desert.
Ah, cool. Nice little divergence here. A little bit of a gamble for Space Cowboy, but this sort of thing often pays off. Even if it's just one item, if it's the right item, it could be huge.
If you can find the big key, you can finish Desert right away.
Right. So it all depends on this first item here. And it's a red rupee, so unfortunately, yeah, it didn't work out there for Space Cowboy.
Yep.
Boots are required.
And you just realized.
Yeah, he's kind of figuring it out. I'm not sure. They might be going for a right side exit to check Agnes Cave. Yeah, I think that's what Space Cowboy's doing here.
Oh, and we have a check of Spike Cave. Will this finally be the seed where Spike Cave has something? Oh, powder.
Magic powder, that's not nothing. It's not.
That's a good safety item and
good safety item and a fetch quest as well.
Oh, and we just had the tempered sword in the big
sword.
Hera.
It's a nice item to have this early.
Yeah, we're missing only one sword already.
Oh, mentosman taking a fall there. And if you were wondering what mentosman was doing there, if you're on the right pixel, you can actually bypass that bumper there from its top side, and that's what they were going for. And just unfortunately missed it by a little bit, but saves a little time if you can pull it off.
So Spike Cave had powder, and Tower of Hera had tempered sword. Or mentosman.
mentosman almost falls down the middle hole.
Oh, and the fire rod was there.
Wow.
Seems like Turtle Rock might be at the next play.
Yeah, it's definitely something you got to think about if you're these runners at this point. Turtle Rock fully accessible, both rods and cane. It's a long one, but it's a required one for this particular seed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see mentosman go straight there. It routes in really well with this East Death Mountain check as well. It's kind of funny how these seeds where they make you do something weird like go into pod with, and then after that they kind of linear themselves out a lot of the time. But it's not to say we don't have options now with that fire rod. You know, we've got Skullwoods and some other stuff.
And we still don't know what medallion is required over.
Yeah, I guess we haven't
Turtle
seen that
Rock.
yet, so it may not be accessible at all.
Actually, it's not right now because Mentos doesn't have a single medallion.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, because you had the sequence break to get to Quake, huh? Yeah, so they're just gonna get the information here, and then you know, obviously these 6 chests in the Dark World. So
Makes sense to not go up Turtle Rock when you don't have a medallion. So Super Bunny Cave has container and rupees. Nothing much there. Let's hope Hookshot Cave has something. Else you would have to do Skullwoods.
all right, so yeah, we'll see this Turtle Rock
Ether.
and Ether we haven't seen at all yet. So none of our runners gonna be able to get in there quite yet.
Yeah, so the sequence break didn't pay off.
No,
Nothing in Bumper, not
Quake
Other
actually
and-
useless.
other in Spike Cave, but the bat had nothing. Blue Mail.
Blue Mail. Butter
Oh, and
Sword.
the last sword.
And Red Mail,
Mail.
wow. Just rounding out all of those progression items right there.
Yep, looks like
Progressive
Skullwood is
items.
the next play.
Yeah, so Death Mountain not really having much except the, well, I guess the Tower Para had the fire rod. That's kind of the big thing they got.
Well,
Can't
that's required to go Skullwoods.
Yeah, I can't remember how many items they had in Skullwoods. I think it was just one.
And
One that
it
wasn't.
it might not be in Skullwoods, but rather in Fat Fairy, because with Tower of Eradon they can access it.
Yeah, that's 5 and 6 covered. So
Oh, and Mentos is opting to go Desert.
yeah, unfortunately not going to come out with what they want, but
Well, you can decide to steal a key over the boss area.
yeah, so they're just going to save and quit, I imagine.
And Space Cowboy finally finding his Tempered Sword. And Fire Rod too. Same for Sailor Jade.
Yeah, it looks like mentosman is going straight back to Skullwoods. believe they
Sense.
stranded one item there, so
That's what the logic to go, because it doesn't have access to anything else.
Moldorm goes down pretty quick when you've got a tempered sword. Makes that fight a lot less choy.
So Space Cowboy and Sailor J both done with Tower of Era, Tempered Sword and Fire Rod. We'll finally see what's back there in Skullwoods.
It's pretty much got to be something, unless Fat Fairy's holding it.
So it can be the bow, boots, or medallion,
Or flippers.
or even the mirror.
Yeah, there's still tons of items, really. It's been kind of a slow progress. A lot of junk in a lot of the big, lucrative locations.
Oh, and safe, taking the safe route
No shame in that.
at the big key.
Yeah, so I imagine all of our runners here are going to do this full check of Death Mountain. It just makes the most sense. Lots and lots of items. Fortunately, just going to be a bunch of junk.
Well, the males and sword
Yeah,
and
I guess sword upgrades and mails aren't junk. You know, they're nice safeties for you.
they just do not progress the seed.
Yeah, nothing to help them move it along.
And Space Cowboy opting to open Turtle Rock.
I got a feeling that Mothi was holding something. We'll see.
I think it's at Fat Fairy. Oh, and we just have a...
Ugh. Mentos Man getting that RNG that gives
Oh,
us
and
all
bombs.
nightmares.
Motila had bombs.
Yeah, nothing at Mothula. And I believe that's the second item, if I'm not mistaken. So I think Fat Fairy is the holder of our progress here. So we're kind of making a little transition towards having another runner on here, SDiezal. Not quite sure where SDiezal is at in the sea, but it'll, we'll be able to deduce that from
Well, it just
their logic
finished
goes.
Motula, so... Let's check all of that mountain, probably.
Yeah, so Mentos Man going to Fat Fairy, knowing it's literally their only thing left. Kind of an interesting location, this point in the run, to be forced to check. Have we seen Batcave yet? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
junk.
we saw it. Yeah, we saw it.
The Space Cowboy found powder, which is quite good.
All right, what you got? Nothing.
Sewers?
Ah. That's interesting. I'm a little bit lost. I'm trying to think what's left.
Oh, and it looks like... Yep. Bulls at fire.
Yes, Diesel has
Without-
bombs. No.
Oh, where that is, but...
Yeah, we haven't seen it on our end where that Bombos medallion is, but we know it's got to be somewhere. Turtle Rock medallion was checked. It's ether. We haven't seen ether at all yet, so it's not accessible by our runners. I think the only location we haven't seen is the sewers. I think that's the only one on stream we haven't seen. So I imagine that's where Bombos is, unless I'm missing something. I'm sure mentosman will discover the location pretty soon here and answer that question.
I haven't seen what's in sewers yet, but that seems
Yeah,
like the only place left.
Yeah, I believe that's where Bombos is.
Makes sense. Ooh, big kin first chest. So if you find both items, you go straight to the boss.
Yeah, the route through Mire is always kind of tricky. There's a lot of randomness to it, and you can do it in multiple ways.
Oh,
and,
and
there's our
there's-
ether. Wow. So we're just going medallion to medallion here.
And that's our access to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I imagine that's where SDiezal will head next, unless we see a different item here.
Are they gonna find the bow in Turtle Rock? That seems like a popular location for the bow.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
The seed hasn't been really trolly so far. It's just that everyone checked the same things. One was wrong.
Yeah, it's been trolly in the sense that, like, that V27 is often trolly, where you just put things
Oh,
in
is Mentos
house darkness.
gambling on?
Oh, it looks like he's gonna do the.
Oh,
No. Skipping over that. I guess they haven't checked this these locations yet.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have Quake yet.
But what we're alluding to is Mentos could fake Flipper to Ice Palace here. It's a sequence break, but with Hookshot and Hammer, it's fully clearable. So it's something to think about with all these items missing. It could pay off. It's rare that it does, but
Using fake flippers to go to ice is a good move when swamp is required. You need the flippers anyway.
Right.
And Ice Palace is such a good dungeon to do in go mode.
Yeah, it definitely is.
You'd want to finish with that. But I can totally see doing Ice Palace early when Swamp is abandoned. So we know that Hobo had Quake and Mr. Meyer. Oh, and that's where Bumbles was. Chest in Skullwood.
Oh, okay. It was the big chest. Gotcha. So I think mentosman skipped that chest. SDiezal making their way to Vitreous, a little bit low on hard, so it'll be interesting to see how they go about this fight. But
Does
with
he
magic
have
powder, should be able to get a heal here actually, so maybe that's probably what we'll. Oh no, it doesn't look like they have the magic powder. So yeah, they're kind of just stuck at the hearts that they're at.
You had to do Fake Flipper. No, it was in Spike Cave.
Yeah, it was Spike Cave, so SDiezal just hasn't checked that location yet. So this might be kind of a slow Vitreous fight, might be a lot of hanging back.
And Magic Cave.
Using that butter sword.
Magic
Oh
Cave
yeah.
Waterfall was a sequence break, so Powder is also a sequence break. If we think about it.
Yeah, often just stay back and just take out these eyeballs one by one. With Butter Sword, it's not too bad. They only take a couple of hits.
Well, he has full magic and the Magic
Yeah.
Cape, so he
Could use the cape, at least for a little bit.
just mash at the ice right in front of them. But yeah, it's quite risky with low hearts. Ooh, taking a hit. You got to be really careful at this point.
Yeah, but down to the big eyeballs, so just... Nice.
Nicely done.
Those can always be nerve-wracking moments.
Oh!
So. And boots. Wow.
Is that the boots?
So boots and ether.
And no mirror to go to desert straight away.
No, you could use the book to get there, but yeah, you can't mirror there, so it's probably not worth it.
Yeah. So what's the next move? You have access to desert and Turtle Rock at this point.
Yeah, and then a couple chests in that north end of Light World. That's all that's opened up now. So it looks like SDiezal probably going to. Okay, looks like they're going to desert. I mean, it's a required dungeon. It's pretty quick. Doesn't hurt to just get it out of the way.
Yep.
We know there's one more item in there that we haven't seen, so could be an important one.
You kinda wish to find something in desert. Not have to go to Turtle Rock straight away.
Yeah, it's always nice to be able to route in Turtle Rock with your final ascent of Ganon's Tower.
But I have a feeling there's something required in Turtle Rock at this point.
It's looking like I mean, we've still got our bow and flippers are really our big two items left. And mirror too. So that's 3 whole items. You only get 1 in desert here, and then 2 more in overworld. So Turtle Rock, very, very likely holding value.
Did Celergy not check what was on Desert Ledge? Oh, and that's the Cane of Berna.
Wrong
Second
cane.
item in desert. There's nothing in that chest. So you were required to find hookshot in us. Get over to Tower Ferra to find the fire rod. Find the big key and bombos. Go and Mire to find Ether and the boots. That's such a trolley sequence.
Yeah, it's a pretty convoluted maze of dungeons you kind of had to get through.
At least the linearity of the seed doesn't do too many double dips.
Yep. You know, it may seem convoluted when you're doing it, but when it's as linear as it's been, where it's just, alright, I can only go here now, I can only go here now. It's not too complicated from a routing perspective.
And it looks like Turtle Rock is the next place.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. It's guaranteed to have something at this point, I think. Well, no, not necessarily, but pretty darn close.
Opting to use Fire Rod or Online Mola.
Just misses the one cycle there. Limbo is taking 2 Fire Rod shots or 2 Butter Sword hits. We got 3 runners in Mire. About to get their value out of this quite a bit with the Ether and the Pegasus boots. Yeah, SDiezal not bothering with those 2 overworld chests, going straight for Turtle Rock.
Those are 2 places easy to forget about.
Yeah,
this late in the
especially
round.
this late, yeah, because it's a lot easier to route them in with your original ascent of Death Mountain or something like that, but they kind of just become awkward when you've got, you know, these many items. But Turtle Rock's still probably the better play with having 5 items. And then, yeah, the Mimic Cave not accessible yet without Mirror.
What would be really trolly at this point is if there's something in Mimic Cave.
Yeah, that's like the holy grail.
And you don't have mirror yet.
Yeah, I've never seen it happen where somebody has to double dip just to go back to Mimic Cave, but it's possible.
Okay, so the first chest. Bombs.
Just some bombs.
So we are guaranteed to find the key in the next 2 chests. And Fire Rod was required in Turtle Rock.
Space Cowboy opting to use the cape because they've got half magic, so it's a nice way to just take out these little eyeballs really quickly. And get some damage on the big eyeball while you're at it. Wow, look at that. He only took 1 sword hit after going to that second phase. It's impressive.
Probably really happy to find those boots.
Yeah, who wouldn't be? Gotta go fast.
That's one key, that's a second key. Oh, running low on magic there.
But there's a full magic grow drop right there, so that'll be nice for him.
Oh, he missed the second item. Which was Ether.
Oh yeah. I think Space Cowboy opted to just go straight for the boss right after finding that big key. Honestly, this scenario not too terrible because they found the boots, which kind of speed up that double dip.
Yeah, but you have to.
But yeah, you have to do that
again.
again. That's the one caveat to it. But it probably works out for them in the end because they know for depending on how they check the order here, they'll probably know for sure that they don't have to check that one really slow chest.
Yeah, and the change on Prum and Turtle Rock at the big key, so we might see a skip of the big key chest. Yep. Oh, and realizing there.
Yeah, it could potentially be an item, so you gotta check it, yeah.
Oh, is that Silvers?
Was it Silver Arrows or was it an upgrade? I couldn't tell.
Yep, that's Silvers.
Silver Arrows, alright.
And we have our sewers check, which is all the map. That's why no one went there. Yeah, everyone contest but me.
Unfortunate for Saber Jade. It's happened to the best of us.
So there was no reason to come back and escape. Sadly cannot do Mimic Cave. Thing there.
Oh man.
So Silvers and Turtle Rock is the bow there too. Oh, and that's the last key, so that would have been a good Turtle Rock without.
Yeah, would have been a nice
there.
go mode Turtle Rock there, but I have a feeling that the laser bridge will be required, but we'll see. May not be.
The progression item might still be at. So chest number 1 we have.
Drum roll.
Shield.
Fisher Price shield.
That's our first shield.
Yeah, that's a really late shield. Hour and 14 first shield.
The only place where shield is helpful in all 3. First one. That's really troll.
Compass there. Mushroom, okay, a fetch quest that could lead.
Ooh.
Takes a death, but SDiezal was prepared for that death, took that exit at the bottom of the screen there, so that they respawn in the same room. Nice little safety strat there.
Laser Bridge is not a fun room to do without the mirror shield.
It's tough. There are a few strategies for it, but none of them are particularly easy. A piece of heart, so yeah,
Ultrafill. Nicely done not getting hit. If he thinks about it, he can use the beam to hit the switch. Yeah. Just got Trinex with full
Yeah.
magic, full health.
Sword beam's usually more of a liability in my opinion, but occasionally they come in handy, like in that specific scenario. Hitting switches from a distance. Trinex not too bad a fight when you've got that butter
Maybe
sword.
that hit was intentional to not have
Yeah,
sword
not to have
beams.
sword beams. Sword beams, not only are they inconvenient from a damage perspective, but they also lag the game a little bit, so probably a prudent little damage take there just to not have to deal with that losing frames. A nice finish. Yeah, so now we're down to 3 chests on SDiezal's side. King's Tomb, Bonk Rocks, and the Witch.
He also didn't check Spike Cave. We might
Yeah, they
go
have not checked Spike Cave, but we know
might
there's
go
no progression.
places. Oh, and Synergid, the King of Samaria and Palace of Darkness. Oh my god, that's costly. He's got to be kicking himself right now because of that.
Yeah.
Also, you think you find Bookshot in Palace of Darkness, you think there's nothing else there?
Right, it's like there can't be more value here. I've already seen 3 whole items, then there's a 4th.
Okay, so the witch didn't have anything.
Nope, just an arrow upgrade. So I think it's, as far as progression goes, it's just Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb are left. But SDiezal has a few locations they haven't checked yet that we
Turtle
know.
Rock was...
Yeah, Turtle Rock a complete bust. Who would have thought?
And everyone went there anyway.
I know. Everybody went there first. There's like a huge... There must be a huge payoff to going to those overworld locations first, but I understand why they would want to skip them.
When you're this close to go mode, you want to find these items finishing dungeons at the same time.
I thought for a second SDiezal might be fake flippering, but just going to check these locations. I guess they haven't done that yet.
Yep.
CSA or Jade really the only one left with the potential to go to those overworld locations before going to Turtle Rock. Could pay off really big for them if they decide to do that. I thought for sure there'd be a bow in Turtle Rock.
Well, there's still the potential of it being a Mimic Cave.
Oh god, yeah, that's totally true. That's looking that's looking really possible right now, honestly. Nice Cane of Burn a dash by mentosman there. Always a fun trick.
And Space Cowboy finally gets his silvers. Sadly, that's the only thing he needs in here.
Yep.
And we didn't have a pedestal check. Was still alive, or is it dead?
What do we have? We have Pod, Eastern, and Thieves. Yeah, no, it's definitely still alive. We've got mirror potential there. Flippers.
Both Mirror and Flippers could be there.
Yeah, Bow definitely not there, but no, Pedestal's very alive actually.
Oh, and it looks like someone checked.
Okay, no, nothing at Pedestals. Pedestal officially dead. Okay, I think SDiezal finally realizing that these boot lock chests are kind of what's left. Yeah, so let's see what Bonkrox has. Oh, there's the mirror.
Pedestal. Oh,
Wow.
there it is.
So Mimic Cave is still alive.
Yep.
Oh my god. That's brutal. And what's really unfortunate about that is if they had checked that before going to Turtle Rock, they could have checked Mimic Cave. So, so this could really troll our runners. We'll see.
Let's hope Jade does that. Okay, so there's a whole lot of places to check at this point.
Yeah, that opens pretty much the whole rest of the map almost. Got Swamp Palace and then quite a few overworld locations now open because of mirrors, so.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting. Is this a fake flipper to Ice Palace we're seeing here? Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, okay.
At this point, it just needs flippers.
Yeah, flipper's definitely not going to be in Ice Palace.
So we can go mode Ice Palace.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure what SDiezal's plan is here.
Well, you can go mode Ice Palace. Because you will not find flippers in here.
Well, you could find bow, potentially, right?
But the bow is not required.
Oh, you're right. It's required to finish the game, so it could still be here. You can't finish Ganon's Tower without the bow. So it could still be here, but it could also be in Ganon's Tower, so
yeah,
it has a huge amount of locations that it could be in at this point. So I wonder if SDiezal's just planning to kind of gamble here and just go mode this whole dungeon.
Oh my god, I just think the bow might be in Ganon's Tower. That would be so troll.
Yeah, it's happened before.
Oh, and we already have a finisher.
Wow.
Salty finishing with 1 hour, 24 minutes and 2 seconds. That's quick.
That's a nice time. Yeah, I'm not even sure what that means. Like, I'm not sure. I'm trying to think, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm still not, I'm kind of clueless on where these flippers are. They must be in one of the mirror-locked overworld locations.
It's actually crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not out of the question that Bow is in Mimic Cave though, because if they just checked that the Bonkrox, then checking Mimic Cave is pretty quick, and you know, so yeah, this is interesting.
And it looks like SDiezal is going straight to the boss, skipping a few chests.
Just gambling on this. Oh, okay.
time to take this route around to get to the iced tea room, as we like to call it.
But I believe Ice Palace, if you're full clearing it, you don't do the bomb jump. It's faster to not do so.
It kind of depends on where the keys fall, but yeah, it's definitely the more consistent route. Just a bug net.
Was that the first item?
I believe so. So it looks like Sailor Jade is gonna check these gonna check the bonk rocks before going to Troll Rock, which is gonna pay off huge for them.
Yep. And Mentos is
Potentially.
about to get Mirror as well. You have a graveyard ledge check by Space Cowboy.
Yeah, it's a location we haven't seen yet.
Oh, and there's the fire shield in Ice Palace.
Oh, just a big old heart. Oh yeah, I mean Mimic Cave. I don't know. It's like I think we're down to like a 25% chance on Mimic Cave at this point, which is pretty high.
Well, there's still quite a lot of places they can check with Mirror. There's Checker Cave,
Yeah, there's checkerboard. There's
the ledge at the Grove,
Bombo's tablet. Yeah, and then they're south of Stumpy. So I think it's like 4 or 5 locations.
One. Ice Palace? Yep. That's all 3 items in Ice Palace and it was required.
Oh, there's a bow. Okay. Wow.
It's
Interesting.
only
So where are those flippers?
was a blue potion at the Stumpy Mirror Ledge. See what's at Bumpos.
Oh, just a bottle, it looks like.
What's left now? Checker?
Checkerboard and Mimic Cave. I think that's it.
Oh my
god. This is gonna be so unfortunate for ours if it's a Mimic Cave.
Yeah, it makes sense that Bo is the... They're missing only flippers at this point. Ice Palace requires flippers. So please, Salty, do not spoil the location of flippers. We want to find that out. Here.
Yeah, so Sailor Jade's going to Turtle Rocks. We'll very soon see what Mimic Cave holds for us.
And congrats on your win, by the way. At this point, it's either Checkerboard or Mimic Cave. 3 of our runner decided to go Turtle Rock before finding Mirror. Sailor Jade will have the option to while doing Turtle Rock.
Yeah, it's going to be a big advantage for Sailor Jade if it's there. At least
And
over
I
the
don't
other
know
3
why
runners.
SDiezal is going back to Palace of Darkness. The purse cannot be there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're thinking.
Yep.
I think they're just a little confused at how their sequence break is turning out for them.
That's a really bad mistake.
Yeah, it can get confusing, especially when you're doing lots of breaks to like realize kind of where you are.
Maybe he's thinking that Pod is a crystal.
It looks like Space Cowboy's on their second dip into Turtle Rock.
Yep.
I think they're heading back straight to Mimic Cave because
He's definitely
that may be
thinking
the location. Yeah, I'm not sure if Space Cowboy checked. checked
sadly, it's not Mimic Cave. Mentos just found that checker. We have our no mode,
Yep.
and Mentos is going straight to Ice Palace. Debo is gonna be our first runner in go mode.
Yeah, so this is turned out unfortunately for Space Cowboy. They just kind of missed that one location.
So Debo is at the big key chest.
Yeah, and I imagine mentosman will just full clear this dungeon. No reason not to. Just keep searching for that bow.
Do you set up the so that your last item is going to be here? Or I guess it can be in the swamp.
It could be in Swamp, or it could be in Ganon's Tower. And I've seen Ganon say, you know, I'm just gonna go mode all the other dungeons and say that bow's in Ganon's Tower because there's a million chests there.
Thankfully for Mentos, his John was right, and the boy is a nice badass.
Yeah. Started off with the right one. And it makes sense. Ice Palace just overall a quicker check than Swamp. Swamp can really be quite slow.
Wasting a few bombs here.
It's got 26 left. Shouldn't be a problem.
I think SDiezal just realized.
Yeah.
Oh, and checking Eastern.
Going into Eastern. Hasn't quite realized yet.
Oh,
Space
never
Cowboy.
checked Eastern. Wow, that's an interesting one.
Oh, completely skipped it. Wow. Space Cowboy kind of thinking on it for a second, but eventually realizes what location they missed. It's going straight for those flippers. Especially in a seed like this, it's pretty easy to get lost when they're kind of putting you in weird, convoluted, puzzle-like scenarios.
I feel fending hammer or mirror late is the worst.
Yeah, it really
So many
is.
places to check with those.
So many places, like all across the map, like weird spots. Not easy to route them all together.
It looks like Mentos is taking the same route as SDiezal. I believe that means that Mentos is gonna have the... Oh, and Space Cowboy never checked. Would have been faster to go straight in Ice Palace, but he doesn't know yet.
Yeah. Space Cowboy's mind, the bow could be right there. So you never know. Mentos has not gotten the bow yet, but they will very soon.
Yep.
And that will be our first runner in go mode.
At least he found the net in the... And he's gonna get 3 items. There.
Space Cowboy heading straight to Ice Palace. They'll be just a little bit behind Mentos on the go mode.
And after 1 hour 36 minutes, we have our first feature mode. Flippers were in checkerboard cave.
Yeah, so kind of a rough seed in a weird way. A lot of going all the way here, then all the way there.
Jade finally finding a shield in Turtle Rock. Sadly, none of it was. Interesting, Mentos opting to go Fire Rod on Cold Stare.
Yep, a little bit faster than the Bombo strat. And with a pretty nice easy fight when you've got the Butter Sword. Three sword hits on each of those heads and bunch them up in the corner like Mentos did there. Easy money.
Oh, that's so bad there. Bowless Cannon's Tower.
And interestingly enough, we don't even have a second place finisher.
Yep, Salty just took all
Salty
the
Fry,
gold.
yeah, Salty Fry with a huge win here. I'm almost interested to see how they did it.
Oh, and Space to the east side of Ice Palace. That's gonna be a quick go mode. It's gonna be great for Mentos to go mode. Going straight to the boss.
Yeah. Nice that that route worked out for them here in the end. Alright, there's our second place finisher. Evanitis, 140.02. Good job.
16 minutes behind the first
You
finish.
don't see that too often, especially in races this big. That's pretty rare. Kind of shows how interesting the seed was.
It was a pretty darn big linear seed. Every item were locked behind another item.
Yeah. So Mentos making their way through Swamp Palace pretty darn quick. when you're in go mode. You get to skip that whole left side and a lot of those chests on the bottom, and so it's
Yep, and
a nice little silver lining to the end of this run. That you get to go mode at least one dungeon.
And Space Cowboy completely missed both items left in Ice Palace.
Yeah, and that works out really well for them. Gonna save them some time.
Getting that fire shield. That could be helpful in Ganon's Tower. Ooh, gotta be careful not to get it too much.
Nicely done.
And we have a third finish. Wayne finishing with 1 hour 42 minutes and 26 seconds. Oh, and Sailor Jade is also opting to flipper to ice. Get Hobo yet?
That's gonna work out nice for them still.
Nope, going straight to ice.
Well, decides against that idea. I'm gonna go get the flippers.
Why use fake flippers when you can have the real flippers?
Right.
And Mentos just finished getting balls.
Yeah, so it's
time.
that time.
Us how many chests before we find the big key in Ganon's Tower?
22 chests, so you just gotta pick a number between 1 and 22. And we'll use the order that Mentos decides to go through Ganon's Tower because they'll be the first one to enter. So spam your number in chat. We don't run our race bot for, so if you get the correct answer, then you get a virtual from me. It's quite a reward.
I feel like this is gonna be quick. I'm gonna say 3. Which is you open the first 2 chests on the right side, and it's on the torch.
The answer will be 6. That's my guess. Oh, Saber Jade opting for Swamp Palace. Unfortunately, nothing there.
Oh, I know what happened to Wayne. He went in Ganon's Tower without the bow.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. People go for that a lot. It's not a bad gamble because you have so many chests in Ganon's Tower. It's a pretty high chance when all you have left is bow. None of our runners went for that, and it worked out for all of them. Well, Sailor Jade still hasn't found their bow yet, but I imagine they'll be going to Ice Palace pretty soon.
And SDiezal just found his flippers, so he's in go mode.
He's officially in go mode. Kind of
Okay,
interesting how it worked out for them.
Nothing. I can chest rupees. So go on the right side yet, Luki.
Number 3 is nothing. Bob lives.
That's quite rare to not find a key. Post room. There are the keys.
4, 5, 6.
Oh,
got
you
it.
were right.
I guess 6 every time, but I finally got it right.
I'm gonna go get some logs. We have a witch to burn here.
So I get to give myself a hug.
And the rest of Cannon's Tower is gonna be pretty easy. Red
Yeah,
mail,
nothing
butter
easier.
sword, silver arrows.
Yeah, honest, they've got everything they need in the world. They don't need to look for anything else, really. You even have some magic powder if they really run into some stuff and they need to...
Yeah, I
Get a
don't
fairy
see any
keeper.
reason to open.
No, not at all.
Unless you're hoping for heart refill.
Yeah, that's true. Occasionally that can happen. You either find the same heart or you find your 4th piece of heart, and maybe you're low on hearts at the time, and it helps out a lot. We've had a couple more finishers. Haiku Type, 4th place with the 142.57, and Mr. Barry Bonds, 5th place, the 146.14. It's only 5 finishers still.
Oh, and that's a nice one cycle. Lenmola 2.
That always feels good. Seems like it should be easy with silver arrows, but it really isn't. Alright, Space Cowboy opening up Ganon's Tower.
It's tough to time those hits.
Yeah, especially with that little guy shooting you in the corner.
And we have a second runner in Cannon's Tower. Yep, not opening any chest. Makes sense. You have the keys, you have all the items you need.
Sixth place we have a Hasso, 149.55. 7th place Act the Boker, 149.58. 8th place Swerb, 150.06.
And it looks like Mentos is skipping Oldham 2 last item.
He's got everything he needs in the world. So top 10 still alive for potentially here.
A double hit.
It's a nice pattern there. I think they got 3 there. That's great.
Nice.
Nice. I think that was a 3 cycle. That's really good.
Yep. Okay, so the first one was a 1 hit because the last one was 2 hits.
Yeah, it was 1-3-2. Can't be too mad about that.
Almost full health.
Weighty Words, who we had on earlier, finished 9th place. 151.19.
Yeah, sadly got SDiezal. And Sailor Jade is doing left side of swamp. Anything there, sadly.
Mentos opting for a cape here. You got half magic. Why not? Make it nice and easy for yourself. Don't have to worry about getting hit by bats. Get into that 3rd cycle as quickly as you can. Oh, nice, getting the torch glitch. Getting those 4 arrows. Nice and quickly, good stuff to Mentos here.
GG, Mentos.
Yeah, Mentos getting in the top 10. 10th place, 152.18, official SRL stuff. SDiezal. Looks like they've got their big key and they're going to make their way up through the gauntlet.
Taylor still looking for that bow.
Yeah, imagine Saber's going to Ice Palace. Kind of a bad run-in with luck there, it happened. No, going to Swamp Palace wasn't a bad play. Just there's twice as many chests there as there is in Ice Palace when you're looking for one item. It's not a bad decision, but it just didn't work out for them this time.
It looks like everyone is finishing. How about now?
Yeah, this is kind of that
I count
point where the average kind of
finishers.
comes out.
We're gonna have Mentos coming shortly for an interview. Hello there, Mentos man. Ben, you're the first finisher. The featured. Can you hear us, Mentos?
I think we'll have Mentos here in a second. Space Cowboy on there, I get 2. Trying to do as fast as can. Nice kill there.
We'll see if Space Cowboy is gonna have a good fight.
So far, so good. I think he's already got enough hits on him. Advanced to that third phase. Just getting a few more just for good measure. Nothing worse than thinking you have enough hits and then starting to twirl his trident again. Oh, gets the torch glitch. Nice. Didn't even realize they got the torch glitch. Oh, so
Ooh, hell yeah,
that was probably 2 pixels from falling there. Oh, nice line up here though. Should be a quick finish. Oh, just missed. Overall, good fight from Space Cowboy.
GG.
GG indeed.
One more test.
Oh, there we go. We can.
Oh, is that Mentos?
That is. I figured it out.
Awesome. GG. Congrats
Thank
on top 10.
I don't know how I managed to get top 10 when I forgot the Skullwood's big chest as long as I did.
Yeah.
And it was a troll seed for everyone, it seems.
Yeah, there was a lot of weird stuff in there that kind of threw a lot off guard.
Yeah, it was definitely it was an interesting one.
So, how did you find that seed?
It was interesting, at least. It was kind of all over the place where there was progression, not just, lumped all together.
Right. It was kind of like, alright, you got this thing, so you're going to go way over here. You got this, you're going to go...
Yeah, we figured every item was linear.
Hookshot Cave was pretty great. Steel mail upgrades and the sword.
Yeah. It's like
But no
safety
progress,
hookshot cave.
Ape
Yeah.
Cave was great as usual on the arts and cash.
I think what threw off a lot of runners is the fact that Turtle Rock just didn't have anything at all. Like, it was just a bunch of junk there.
Yeah, I definitely expected the mushroom was going to be the answer when I went to turn
Right.
that in.
We were really worried that that mirror in the Bonk Rocks was gonna come back and bite people because we thought Mimic Cave might have something at that point.
And
just
we have just Space Cowboy joining us here as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was a seed.
GG.
Congrats on finishing.
Thank you much.
Place I think was really trolled. It's Palace of Darkness. The item.
It's like you have the whole dark world opens up. I hadn't even checked half the light world. Took the gamble, Skull Woods, Thieves Town, Green Pennant could complete it. Nothing. Do the loop around the dark world, check everything else, be like, okay, so it's forced pod. And then I think I didn't get a crystal until 50 minutes in almost.
Yeah, it did work out that way, huh? Yeah.
Oh yeah, the best part about the seed is that the first 2 crystals were 5 and 6.
Which led to nothing.
Yeah, only to lead to nothing.
There was a lot of that in this seed.
Yeah, a lot of bait. Baited you into Turtle Rock, baited you to Mimic Cave, or baited you to Fat Fairy Cave. Yeah, kind of a weird one. But it seemed like all 4 of you delayed that pod play until the last minute, basically, which is understandable. But it was just like, oh man, so many random places you had to check before that.
I was kind of hoping that the bow would turn up early whenever we saw that it was Pendant, Pod, and Eastern. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case either. I had a lot of absent-mindedness and tiredness and miscounting errors there.
Yeah, this is definitely a seed where it was easy to miscount. Kind of all over the place, and just seeing things like a really late mirror can get really confusing really fast, and it was tricky.
Oh yeah, that mirror so late. I
Yeah,
thought I
that's
checked
always
all the
annoying.
mirror spots, and then you probably saw me sitting there for, what, half a minute before
Yeah.
I realized, oh yeah, checkerboard cave.
And we have our third feature joining us in the interview. Welcome, SDiezal.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
GG.
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 Very interesting seed.
That's what we're getting from.
Very linear.
It's just like all over the place, I felt like, from beginning to end. But yeah, I think to add on to that, yeah, like the mirror, I figured the mirror would be the most common item that was gonna give everybody trouble, which eventually led to the flippers. But that was what mine was. Is it took me forever to find the mirror, then which led to the flippers, and then as usual, it's like an overworld item that you always leave last to check, and it was there. Sure enough,
And
check.
it's interesting, you choose to do fake flippers to go in Ice Palace
Yeah.
Yeah, and
before.
you got your bow really quick, which was
I got really lucky on that because I knew that obviously flippers couldn't be in there, and that also like ruled out the logic of the flippers being in a lot of locations. But I was very surprised to find the bow there. I'm like, well, at least this wasn't a complete waste. So
yeah.
But it's funny you say that because after finding bow, you check Palace of Darkness and Eastern.
yeah. I was following the logic to a T, like every step of the way, and then I figured, well, if I found the bow in Ice Palace, maybe by now it wanted me to go there for, something else. I don't know. And then the other thing before that was like as soon as I got into Ice Palace, it hit me. I was like, the bow could have totally been in Ganon's tower like the whole time. I didn't even think about it, but thank God it wasn't. 'Cause that would have been
It
worse.
looks like we had people that decided to go both Swamp and Ice Palace, missing the bow entirely.
Yeah.
I think that was a big deciding factor. If you did not sequence break to ice and you were looking for the bow, it pretty much was swamp or ice.
Yeah, and the fake flip to ice to do Ice Palace and just full clear it anyways. In the back of my head, I was like, this could be a go mode dungeon for all I know, but at least doing this dungeon gives me time to think like where else I could go after this.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought you were gonna do at first.
Yeah,
He
because
must just want to go mode it and just gamble, maybe thinking Ganon's tower or something. But then you ended up full clearing it, and it worked out for you. It was kind of
it
interesting.
worked out huge. Yeah, definitely. So I like how that played out. Like it wasn't a bad seed at all. It was just all over the place, I felt. So.
I'm kind of curious how Salty Fry managed to make every right call to be done, and I think it was 124 he was
Oh,
finishing.
that was an insane time. 16 minutes ahead of second place.
He must have gone pod like right off the bat and then just managed to make every right call because, again, whenever that dark world opens like that, it's where do you go?
Yeah, I almost want to watch his VOD afterward. Really curious myself. It's just kind of such a strange seed, and I don't really know how you could make it work so fast. But that's the beauty of Rando, I guess.
His finish actually almost made me go mode Ice and Swamp and look for bow and GT.
Yeah, that's what I was
that
thinking.
Was the highest.
That was my initial impression too, and then I thought about it. I'm like, no, it could definitely still be in other places, but it was like, yeah.
That's kind of why I picked Ice over Swamp, to be honest with you, whenever I saw his finish.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing. I'm sure it makes sense because
It looks like all three of you decided to go Ice before Swamp, which wasn't the case for Jade.
Oh wow.
yeah, unfortunately, Saber Jade's behind because of that.
Oh,
see,
that's a tough.
climbing
Yeah.
entering the
Yeah.
gauntlet right now.
And-
It's like,
Yes.
And they did the whole left side and everything. So
Oh, yeah.
That hurts.
There's got to be absolutely nothing over there because I finished with like
no, there's
silvers,
nothing.
half
Yeah.
magic, like you name it.
Well,
I was fully.
There was a
decked out.
shield.
Yeah, there's a shield.
Oh, the mirror
Jade's
shield, yeah, there
Sewer
you
Jade
go.
has the mirror shield, so
There were shield in Laser Bridge, Ice Palace, and Swamp,
Wow.
which were all dungeons you could get to.
yeah, I know. I went back. Let's see. I miscounted Skull Woods, left completely, and then had to go back for the big key for Balmos after checking places.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And then there was also, I decided because I forgot checkerboard, I went all the way back through
yeah, through Turtle Rock.
to Mimic Cave.
Yeah, that was
Little,
unfortunate.
World tour of Hyrule for you.
We were hoping it was at Mimic Cave, and then we had
I would-
Mentos fighting flippers and
Yeah, and the way it worked out,
Sure.
like if it was at Mimic Cave, say where Jade probably outplaced all of you just because they routed in that mirror.
Yeah,
Funny how
considering
that
it
one
was-
little thing made a huge difference, you know?
Yeah, this logic has been weighing the dungeon so much that it's like, do I want to actually go out the way, check Bonk Rocks, and check King's
Right.
Tomb, or do I just want to go right up to Turtle Rock?
Yeah.
yeah, and Jade was the only one that got mirror before entering Turtle Rock.
Oh my god, no way. Oh, and you could have made that check too. Like, if you just followed the logic with boots, like, it would have led you right to mirror immediately. Like, the second
Yeah.
you got boots, it would have led you right to it.
I had a little bit of fun though doing a world tour. It definitely did not feel like a 140 something item seat though. It honestly felt like
Yeah.
close to a full clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, being able to go mode swamp, you know, that takes out all locations, but the way it was so convoluted, you know, it just, you're going back and forth, so it really felt like 100% seed to me too. And I wasn't even playing.
Yeah, definitely a fun one. I'll take it over a broken seat any day.
Yeah. Better than a key lock, right?
And looks like me
Man,
and
that-
Diesel finished pretty close, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
I'm still hype over that Palace of Darkness. 4 of them were good.
Yeah, Palace,
Yeah.
Palace of Darkness having 4 items in it is pretty insane. A pendant Palace of Darkness as well.
Yeah.
Pendant Palace Darkness pre-bow.
Oh man, pre-bow and everything, dude. I was just like,
Yeah, it
what
was the
else
whole
is this
package.
dungeon gonna have?
Yeah, and then technically the ice rod was also lamp locked, which was buried in Thieves Town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, another pendant dungeon.
I was honestly expecting to see Bo at some point prior to the mirror for Swamp with pedestal required, with how the seed had been going.
Oh, and Jade deciding to use the bow.
Shooting that infamous final chest there.
The disrespect. See how Isaka goes.
Did anyone check what was at the pedestal, by the way?
Was a piece of heart.
Yeah, somebody checked it.
It was Jade.
Oh yeah, I think it was Saber Jade.
I kept playing throughout and checking it and just never got back to that area by the time I had book.
Yeah, and it wasn't really a good spot to route in because the only time that really was a revisit was when we were going to clear Skull Woods. And no mirror doesn't really make it that easy.
No. It's always kind of an awkward thing if you're just checking it, you know, unless you have a mirror. But it
Also,
was kind of alive for a lot of the seed, you know, other than the fact that we knew somebody checked it. But like, I would have been considering it for quite a while on this one, especially as it really drew on and there wasn't much left to go.
That was partly my reason for doing Thieves Town, because at that point we were literally just a bow away from being able to get the pedestal already.
Right, that's true.
That
yeah,
would have been a lot of fun.
Houston was really early. Hammer almost immediately.
Still kind of sad that I went back to Thieves Town for the green pendant after dying there and deciding to leave it just because I didn't want to go to pod.
The
And
low health DUN.
And there was nothing but the lamp.
I think I had already gotten the lamp too. It was just the item from Blind that was worthless, and then the green pendant that I think was an arrow
Yeah, it's
upgrade.
like,
Yeah.
it is a tough decision because it's like, well, you know, if it was just the one item, back, but because it was the green pendant, you're like, well, now it's 2 items. So
It was like a 6 or 7 heart blind fight, I think, too, if you committed to it.
all right, Sailor Jade finishing out 36th place with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 37 seconds. GG.
Yeah, definitely a GG, sticking out this Gracie seed.
Yeah. Sarah J got some pretty bad luck there, and no, so good stuff to them just finishing it out.
Oh, the hello, will you be my friend? I almost threw up text on the screen saying no.
That's a pretty funny text for this scene in particular. Nobody wants to be friends with this scene, except maybe Salty Fry.
GG, Sailor Jade.
Yeah, GG.
GG.
Thank you.
So, did you find that seed?
Very filling. Did everything.
Yeah,
Yep.
you kind of had a palace full clear there.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
the stupid cane location came back and bit me because I knew when I left Palace the first time, it's like, watch it, there's going to be something left in that chest.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you did Palace of Darkness and skipping one chest, which still had an item. Good thing, after finding Hookshot and the book in Palace of Darkness, you think, oh, there's nothing else here. Nope. It's also there.
Yeah, it had been on my mind, and I was thinking, the odds of it just aren't good. And sure enough, the
odds did not matter.
And all 4 of those items were required, which is crazy.
yeah.
Well, actually, I don't think the book was required. Now that I think about it.
You had to use it to enter desert, I believe.
Well, I think if you got
Oh,
the
no.
boots from Meyer and then you get the mirror, you could get into desert through that way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't Mirror and Bonkrux, I think.
Right. And boots were in Myers, which was accessible pretty, mid race. Huh.
Yeah, the chain of items here was crazy.
Yeah, it really was. It was all over the place.
Hookshot and Pod. Fire Rod at Bumbles at Skullwood. And Boots in Cave. Flippers in Checkerboard. And Bo in Ice Palace.
Yes, aside from that bow location, it was still pretty fun to play through.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's kind of had fun with this seed. It was interesting, to say the least, so glad you guys all enjoyed it.
Did your mindset change when you saw the first finisher, Salty?
I didn't actually. I minimized the chat as soon as I get a chance to at the beginning. I don't want to see the chat as it's scrolling.
That makes sense, because our first finisher, at 124, 16 minutes. The second finisher.
Wait, you said 124?
Yep, he got a 124. He beat second place by 16 minutes. It's pretty trippy.
All right then.
I know, I was baffling because the race is this big where it's like that huge of a gap between first and second, but I don't know, he just found the sweet spot with this one, I guess.
Yeah, because I mean, there wasn't anything trolly about it. Just if you went to the right places, you kept going on.
If you took the right gambles at the right time, I guess it would have worked out, but
Find items, go right where this item leads you to. That's probably what he did.
well, anyway, now that you guys are all finished, you guys have any final thoughts before we work our way out of this?
For a dose of masochism again, probably in another day or two.
Nothing much other than I've been enjoying the dailies. The dailies have been really fun. I know they're only doing it for December, but hopefully they have something else planned similar like this, because these have been pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, and if any of you in chat, are still trying to get in on it, still got a few more days.
I've really liked doing the dailies because it's giving me a chance to actually be able to figure out a schedule. Can I make that race?
I think they might still keep going in 2018. Really hope so.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's been a really fun month of randos. I've really enjoyed it too.
Alright, so I guess that wraps up the last daily of today, 26th.
Yes, if you want more daily action, just tune in tomorrow. Our first one will be at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, like usual. I'm not sure what the category is, but there's a schedule in the links that can get you to that answer.
Yeah, tomorrow we have open at 8 p.m. Entrance Shuffle, full plus Canon, and at 11 we have Key Sanity.
There you go. So, tune in for those or enter them if you want. Should be a great time.
Also, if you're interested in the tournament, there's a Key Sanity tournament starting in January, and the sign-ups are open right now. And give each of our runners a follow. It was really entertaining, and they were all good racers.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just thank our trackers. They do some good hard work out here.
this race we had Cyclone and Indispensable. So thank you to those two trackers. Oh, and it sounds like tomorrow we're gonna actually have the big tournament race going on. It will be the finals of the main tournament, Azhnev versus Kransoon. So that'll take the place of the first morning daily that we usually have. But then the dailies will go as scheduled after that at 2 p.m., 8 p.m., and so on.
Thank you everyone for coming by, and see you next race.
Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you, everyone.